Roger McCreary seals it for the Tigers.
I've been around amazing people in my life. The people that I've been around, like, they made me who I am today.
I'm Felicia James, Roger McCreary's mother. I was 17, still in high school playing high school basketball for Williamson, actually. And you know what I'm saying? He used to come to the games, he used to come to practices and sit in the bleachers and cheer, so he got a chance to see me play. When I played softball, he was actually out there in the field with us, catching balls, getting chances at bat with the softball team. So he was very involved all the way through.
She was an excellent mother. I know she turned down basically a scholarship, you know, when she got pregnant. And she basically did everything that a parent could do at her age. I mean, she didn't miss a beat at nothing.
I didn't like look for a father figure. My mom, she was so strong, it makes me like I didn't want to look for that or nothing. Like, she supported me every way that there was. Every way, and I'm so thankful for that. So, like, really think about going back into life, like, I didn't really need a father figure. Like, my mom was everything I had, and I'm grateful for that.
Every time I take them somewhere, I'm like, well, my grandma, when we going back to my mama? I want my mama. I used to say, boy, let's go, we going to do something with the family. Yeah, but I want my mama. She is the only thing that he had basically in his life that he know he could depend on, that he know that's gonna be there. Mama gonna be there.
From the time he was, I'm gonna say, able to walk, which he started walking when he was like 10 months, and it wasn't walking, it was running, so I already knew he was ready to get out and do something. So from there, I took him to parks on Saturdays, just to let him get the feel for the game, whether it was football, basketball. He played soccer, and I just try to keep his mind off of what was going on in the streets, because everybody was always into something. Growing up in the neighborhood like I come from, crazy stuff happens. Kids I grew up with, they made bad decisions, but my mom, like, she just made that life so perfect. Like, it felt like we weren't in the struggle at all. And we really was, but it felt like that with my mom, because she didn't make me want to see that stuff. She kept me level-headed. She had me doing stuff so I wouldn't be in none of them distractions or nothing. And I felt like with her, she one of the main reasons to the person I am today.
You know, if we're gonna overcome getting the kids off the street or getting them out of trouble, you know, we're gonna have to open up something for the kids to do. And Roger had the opportunity to go to the Boys and Girls Club. He had the opportunity to go to the rec. And Felicia made sure he stayed into sports.
Boys and Girls Club, that always been the outlet to kids like me growing up around the hood. My mom grew up going there, and people started telling me that, your mom icebox. I'm like, icebox? I'm like, why you call it icebox?
If you ever seen the Little Giants and you seen the female playing football, icebox, that was literally his mom. You know, she was one of the toughest football players I've ever seen and ever been around. And most people wonder where he gets his physical raw talent from, and his mom was special. I couldn't hit my brothers and sisters because they was all younger than me except for my older sister, so I couldn't hit on them, so I had to go and find some kind of other way to take my aggression out on somebody. So I think football would help me with that.
I hear the story from everybody. Everybody's like, oh, your mom did this, your mom did that, and mom used to knock everybody over on the football field and stuff like that. I was like, oh, it's crazy. Like, I cannot imagine my mom playing football at all. She actually broke a kid's collarbone, and during my time playing park ball, she had to hurt maybe 3 or 4 people playing football. I mean, it was just that violent, that dangerous, and you can tell she had a strong and a real true passion for the game.
Oh, I taught them everything, like, to be honest with you. From throwing to catching. Well, you know, the coach gonna teach them the basic formations of what the real football is, but as far as catching, throwing, hitting, tackling.
Roger was determined, hard worker, very hard worker. I don't think Roger ever missed a football practice, you know, and then when he came to practice, he always gave his all. When he went on the basketball court or the football court, he worked hard, very hard. So what they see in Roger now, that's Roger when he was coming up. He was determined.
Making his mom, sister, family proud. I think he wants to let us have a better life.
This is when he was little. I'm gonna be something. I'm gonna make y'all proud of me. And I said, okay, boy, you better make your grandmama proud, because you know grandmama got that belt back there. No, ma'am, you don't need that. I'm gonna be something. And that was one of the most uplifting things that I could have heard from a child at that age. And he was young.
Me and Roger met through football. We've been playing football together ever since we was like 10 years old, 10, 11 years old, around that age. So yeah, and ever since then, we've been best friends. We grew up around the game. That's all we played, you feel me? We all thought like that's all we ever think about for real. And just having a friend like him, we were just good friends and always laughed. And we were just like brothers.
The stuff that we do, I say, is be goofy and funny. So we'll do a lot of pranks on each other. It'll be some weird stuff. Say I'll have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, I'll smack him with it inside of his face. That way we call it a prank. Or like he on the toilet and I'll put a water bottle and spray him while he on the toilet.
Yeah, I've been on the wrong end of most of our pranks. I've been on the wrong end of so many times, so many pranks. The things we laugh at, it's not even that funny, but that's one thing people probably don't know about him, because like, he's shy when he get around people he don't know. If people he don't like see every day, he'll get shy and probably just keep a straight face. But nah, dude is goofy. Yeah, I remember me and Roger freshman year when we first started playing high school ball. I think it was just me, him, and his cousin named Warren. We was the only freshmen on the team that year, like the only freshmen. And we played as like the only 3 freshmen playing. And he can tell you like, yeah, we got all the hand-me-downs, the helmets, all the stuff you get a freshman when they first come in, so yeah.
Freshman, I ain't had no good games. I ain't had no good games at all. I'm getting scored on left and right. That was the time when I feel like it's football for me. My first time going to high school, I was the man in middle school. High school is different, bigger stage. I like, is this good for me? Going into my 10th grade year, that's when I started shining a lot more.
I remember every Fat Tuesday, everybody out, the whole mobile having fun. I get a call probably right when the parade started. Hey, Coach, could you open up the weight room? I was like, Roger, what? You're not participating in festivities? I don't like that. Oh, man, could you open the weight room? Right then I knew that this guy was something different.
Jeff Thompson back in the game, bringing that arm in, the senior quarterback. Over the middle he goes, trying to connect with Artell Howard, intercepted right at the goal line. And who is that, Corey? Mr. Everything, Roger McCreary. Yeah, they need to also look at time and tempo here, Corey. Going vertical over the top, trying to connect with Roger McCreary, and that is a touchdown.
So Roger played numerous positions for Williamson High School. He played cornerback, he played safety, he played linebacker. Offensively, he played quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Special teams, he was the kicker, he was the punter. Roger did a lot for Williamson High School, and if you go back and look at the film over the years, he was one of those kids that never came off the field and never had any injuries. He may cramp up a little bit, but never had any injuries. That's how tough he was, and that's how much he wanted it.
That he was very hardworking and determined, especially my mom. She was very hard on Roger growing up, playing games. If he didn't do good in the game, she would cuss him out. Because she know what he's capable of and how good he really is able to do.
You might as well call me a coach. If he ran for a touchdown, I was on the sideline running with him. If he did a bad caught or made a bad play, I was like on the field fussing at him from the sideline, like him, the coaches, the referees. I was one of those parents.
Everybody knew, everybody respected him because of his work ethic on and off the field. So he got along great with a teammate, and he was one of the better players that I have coached in my 20 years. Not just saying athletically, but just as a person. And Roger would be the type guy that, my daughter, 21 years old, that I could say that I would, I'd be like, yeah, you could marry a guy like Roger. So, yeah.
No matter what people say about Williamson, I love being at Williamson.
Talking to the younger guys or, guys in general on your team, what are some things that you like to tell them or preach to them?
Keep pushing, always keep pushing. And I thank them a lot because some really make me better. I'm shy off the field, but when it's come time to get on the field, they know we friends before the field, but on the field it's time to compete. I'm gonna try to make you get better, but I'm gonna still compete with you. I felt like I wasn't gonna never get an offer. There was kids at other schools that was getting an offer. I'm like, well, I wasn't getting an offer. So it was getting a little hard on me. I wasn't really believing should I play football? I played this my whole life, so what am I going to do? I was a 3-star because I didn't go to no camps or nothing. I feel like that's what really make people stars is the camps. They put their name out there, going to places and different camps to compete, and that wasn't me. I didn't do none of that stuff. I just played my season and went about it. There was some schools be like, I'm too short to play safety, and that was what I was playing my whole high school career. So they didn't want to offer me. So I was a 3-star. That's somebody who told me that, said I'm too short to play safety and I'm too slow to play corner. I know who that person is. I don't want to say it. I know who that person is. That's why I had that mindset. Every time I played against it, they always hit my mind that they said this. I'm going to prove them wrong.
Some people look at the size, but to me, it's not the size, it's the heart. And Roger had the heart. And you can look at the size now. He 5'11" at the most. And then you have receivers like be 6'12" or not 6'12", but 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", and they scared to come to him. I ain't saying they scared to come to him, but it's very seldom you're gonna throw his way.
Things that he possessed, that you could just see with the naked eye and understand that he was gonna be a special kid. I see it in you. If I didn't see it in you, I wouldn't ride you like I do. You're special, you're a special kid, you're gonna go to the next level, you're gonna play at a high level at the next level, and you're gonna have the opportunity to go to the NFL.
My coach said we should go to this visit, South Alabama. Me and Jamal went, so we went, we visited. It was our first visit. So we went, we took pictures, we saw the campus and all that stuff, and coach said he wanted to talk to us. Our head coach already knew that we were getting a scholarship, but we didn't know. So me and Jamal are now talking to the head coach, and he said he really loved us. He liked our game. He liked that me and him was close, so it was gonna be a hard duo and everything. And they said they wanted to offer us. So me and Jamal, our face we were just shocked. We finally getting an offer. This is what we finally were talking about. And a couple seconds later, Jamal said he committed. I'm like, dang, my boy finally committed. He committed. And they all looking at me and they were like, well, Jamal committed. What you gonna do? I looked at Jamal. I was my best friend. We're gonna commit together. So that day, I feel like that day was there my process started.
I didn't even know he committed to South. It was just a surprise to me. He told me about the offer. He told me about quite a few more offers, but when I read about him, because I had to read about it, he never told me that he even committed to South. So when he told me, I was like, okay, all right, so we going to South. We in Mobile, so I'd rather for you to be in the South, so that's good.
Both of these young men will play both ways. We'll be calling their names a lot. But I tell you, folks, Roger McCreary Jr. is special. If he gets beyond the line of scrimmage, you can look for him to turn it into turbo speed. Both of these young men have verbally committed to South Alabama.
When that happened, a lot of other colleges started hitting me up, like Southern Miss, Louisiana, Lafayette. There's way a lot more. But it was at a low, like it wasn't like really the high school. I wanted to go to the high levels and everything. So I was kind of still like, am I not good enough to play at the high level? Cause I'm confident, like I know I'm good, but what is wrong, like what they don't see that I don't see and everything. That coaching style was really like a great coaching style, but later on in that process they had left. So that's why I had decommitted.
Like you said, as he kept playing his junior year, senior year, it just opened up for him.
I got a chance to further my career and go to the NFL playing at Auburn, you know, so Auburn shaped and helped me in ways no one can ever realize or ever remember, you know, and Travis was an all-star linebacker at Auburn, you know, and when I got up there, I think he was a GA. Once I took over as defensive coordinator, I shot, you know, I'm an Auburn guy. I shot the Auburn coaches a text like, man, you may need to check this kid out. You know, he's going to be special. Travis Williams was the linebacker coach, and I think he was recruiting this area. Kevin Steele, Gus Malzahn, all those guys in which I knew because they were there when I played at Auburn.
I trust Antonio. He does a good job coaching and training those guys. So he called and told me, I said, okay, let me dig deep and just look at this kid. At the time, Williams said they wasn't winning a lot of games. They only had 19 people on the whole football team. We just didn't know. Like, we didn't know if we wanted to take him. But again, his coaches was telling me, like, Coach, you know, he's fast, he's strong, he bench press 330, you know, he power cleans. I just knew he was like crazy strong, crazy fast, and a competitor. But he didn't go to all these camps. See, that's another thing too. He didn't go to all these camps, and you know, you go to these camps to get these rankings. So he didn't do a lot of that either. So, but yeah, that's that. I think I'm glad he wasn't rated high, to be honest with you.
I went to the Auburn camp. That was the first camp I ever went to. And I went against Cedric Jackson, that's Bo Jackson's nephew. I'm like, I didn't know that much of Bo Jackson. I'm like, who is this dude? That boy running a 4.3 out there. So I'm like, oh my goodness, who is this? And it was my first time playing cornerback too at the camp. So it was getting a little hard. So me and him went one-on-ones the whole game. And later on, like Auburn, they seen like I can actually keep up with one of the top players and stuff. They said they were looking for a fast guy. They said, Coach Steele, he said, why would he go around the world to recruit a fast cornerback when there's one right in my state? So that's why he said he wanted me bad.
When we went down there just the visiting day, and got a chance to tour the campus and everything, he was already set. He was like, Mom, I'm ready. This it for me. This where I want to be.
I didn't go when he went to go visit Auburn because it was like, I think it was like my birthday week. And my mom was like, I don't want your birthday to be all around Roger, so you can just stay here and we go. That was a bad idea because it looked like they had fun and I wanted to have fun too. So we looking back, they came back with all kind of cookies, snacks. They said they had so much fun. I'm just like, you could have took me with you, you know? You could have took me with you.
Like they didn't offer me at that moment though. They didn't offer me, so I was just still in land. Like my whole career rise, my whole senior year just playing. When that senior year was over, like around spring, I was just chilling and my high school coach, Antonio, said, Auburn want to offer you. That to my excitement, like I was excited. I know exactly where I was at. I was right on the side by the track. I was just so excited. Then I talked to my family and stuff, and be like, I want to go to the top. I want to go against the best. Talked to people. I had decommitted from South, and like that, I committed to Auburn, and I ain't look back at no other school.
They were just talking for a while, and then he was like, Coach, I want to come to Auburn. And I was like, oh, My whole family was an Alabama fan. No matter what, it was Alabama all day, every day. And then when Roger went to Auburn, it was like, okay, we still an Alabama fan, but we're going to support Roger while he at this college for 4 years.
So today I'll be introducing our student athlete. First to my right, Roger McCreary, signed with Auburn University. And then I have Jamal Hickerbottom, signed with the University of South Alabama, both of them in football. Thank you.
Of course, we wanted to play college football together because we best of friends. So, but we just headed down two different paths, you know. And told him to go do great. He told me to go do great. So, but nah, I ain't feel no type of way about it. I was happy for him. I was happy that he got a big school like Auburn.
I always wanted him to graduate high school because I never did. I always wanted him to go to college, get him an education, to have something always to fall back on, regardless of whether or not football worked out for him, basketball worked out for him. It didn't even matter. His education was the most important thing to me. So for him to actually have a full-ride scholarship to Auburn, to be able to move to the next level, oh, I was loving. I was proud. Words just can't express how I was feeling.
My people's there, everybody supported me, friends were there, everybody was happy. My first time seeing a lot of cameras, it was a lot of cameras and stuff. And I felt like it was really big, to show people that coming out of Williamson, kids can still have big offers. It don't always gotta be low schools and everything. There's really a lot of talent in my neighborhood.
I'm one of 6, and my grandson done signed and going to college. He really amazed me. I knew he had it in him, but just to see it was fantastic. It was just so motivating. I loved it. Words cannot say the feeling. Someone in our family broke the cycle.
Talking a little trash on the field? Yeah, we get it. Trashing the state with litter? That's terrible. Keep it clean, keep Alabama beautiful.